Hey guys, Kimber Schaefer here, reporter for Rage in the Cage News. We are here at R1 Training Center in South Oklahoma City. They are sponsoring our pre-fight interviews leading up to Rage in the Cage 34. This man, Ken Coulter, is of course on our card. Ken, this has been one of those years where you just have to trust that God, and speaking of 2014, that God really has a plan for you above the plan that you have yourself. I mean, your year was going so well. You were ready and about to take that challenge for the 155 title belt, and then all of a sudden you end up with a suspension by the boxing commission, and those dreams just kind of slowly dissipated and fell through. Of course, Brody Carruth took your place in the cage for that fight, went home with the title belt, and he has not been able to, for various reasons, defend that belt. And so you're not getting that chance. You're going pro next month without that chance. So how does that feel? I mean, how are you kind of dealing with the loss, of course, of that interim 155 belt and then moving forward?
I mean, I said it a long time ago. As far as Brody goes, I just wish him nothing but the best of luck with his career and his health. Wanting a belt does not come at the extent of someone's health. So, that's just it's bad news, and it's past news for me. The loss to Jose, that was a little bit rough. I'm not going to take anything from him. He came out, and I just had a flat night. It happens to all of us. I've trained harder. I don't know. I knew what to do, just couldn't get up. One of those things that just happens, a bad night, I guess.
Well, and it happens, and that was the first loss that you'd ever experienced. So how have you dealt with that?
Just take my loss like a man. I put it on myself. I looked at it as maybe if you would have tried a little bit harder to escape, or put a little bit more effort into the ring then. I trained hard regardless, but it was all on me. I feel like if I would have gave a little bit more in certain aspects of the match that I could have won, and other than that, congrats to him for, just overshadowing what I did that night, and hopefully he enjoys his belt.
Now, shortly after that loss, of course, some things were said on Facebook, and of course you were called out by Austin Conrad for this fight that's happening. Are you going into this fight with, of course, respect for your opponent, or is there a little bit of animosity there? How are you feeling about this one?
I respect every fighter that climbs into the cage, no matter how the fight got started or booked or whatever hype around it. At the end of the day, I'm really not going into it at anything else besides it's business. So if you think it's anything else, don't. It's just business. So other than that, I don't care. I'm going to fight just like I do my past 7 fights, and I look forward to showing up and being a new and improved Ken Coulter.
And, speaking of your past 7 fights, all 7 of those fights have been on Rage in the Cage cards. So, of course, it's only fitting. We've got a huge fight card coming up in March. Perfect opportunity for you to turn pro. We're talking about Rage in the Cage 34 right now, but I want to get your thoughts looking ahead as far as your future in MMA and your fight coming up in March.
My future is going to be great. We're going to make a drop to 145, and we're going to even up the playing field a little bit, and, we're going to cut a little bit of weight, which is still not much, but, fight guys my size and pretty much go in there with an even playing field, so to say. And I look to come down to 45 and pretty much trash the whole weight class. So I did pretty good at 6-1 at 155, and I promise you I only cut about 8 pounds, if that. So I'm looking forward to that. March 7th, it's already booked, and I'm just going to show up and do exactly what I'm about to do on the 16th, go to work.
Sounds good. And speaking of going to work, you have been going to work and dealing with and trying to put out a new clothing line, Ken Coulter clothing line. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it will always branch around, what starts as my shirts. It's going to start off there. I'm not doing what most of these guys are doing, like going with scrap soldier and all of these other things. I'm actually, taking on the load my own and trying to pave my own way. Yes, it's a little bit harder and it takes a little longer, but I want quality shirts that's not going to shrink and things like that after 1 or 2 washes. And, I'm just trying to put together the best deal for people's money.
Sounds good. Ken, is there anything, I know that you have a new gym that you're training at. How is that training camp going?
It's awesome. Been around the likes of guys like Rafael Lovato Jr., those guys, Justin Rader. I mean, there's some guys out there, you know, Beecher for Muay Thai. I mean, it's just a blessing to go out there and be able to train with those guys. I mean, my gym I left was a great gym, you know, so I had to find another family-oriented gym to go to, and I believe this is my fit. Me personally, I think this is what's going to take me to the next level, and I'm just going to listen to them, and I'm going to take it from there.
So for everybody that don't know, what is the name of the gym you're training at now?
We are at Lovato Juniors School of Mixed Martial Arts.
All right, congratulations on everything that you've done so far and the future ahead. Any sponsors or anybody that you want to mention before we wrap up here?
Oh, man, first off, you guys for your time, Rage in the Cage, for actually, you know, giving me a place to shine. I mean, you literally gave me my foundation to build a career, and I really appreciate you guys. I mean, you and Matt, you know, you can't see him, he's behind the camera, but you know, thank you guys, and you know, I'm just blessed to actually be able to pursue my career. You know, I have Little Troopers Learning Center, you know, still where my kids go to daycare at, and then I have Steve Hayes at Interlink Diagnostics, and those are my major sponsors, and those guys pretty much help me out. And then still want to thank Kevin Williams and all of those guys that helped me get to this point. I mean, I'm not ungrateful. I didn't leave with bad blood. I still like those guys. I don't plan on trying to fight any of those guys or anything like that unless, you know, it's something that we both want, which is like a belt or something, and it's only business. But no love lost, and, you know, and even at AMA, Kendrick Coleman, those guys, Team Yellow, just a lot of people got me ready. I mean, I've been around, and these guys helped me out a lot. So, I mean, I just want to say thank y'all, and I haven't forgot where we came from, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ken Coulter. Looking forward, of course, to seeing you in the cage, both January 16th and March 7th. So good luck on everything.
Thank you.
All right. Of course, you can still get tickets for Rage in the Cage 34 online at Ticketstorm.com or any Party Galaxy location at Big Dick's Roadhouse or at the weight room. Thank you so much and hope to see you there.